W18 outside Vicarage Road has finished Watford 2, Crystal Palace 1.
Your face, man.
I don't want to rub it in too much, but fair play to Harvey for coming. No, I'm not going to do that. I think that's poor. You've come over very sportingly after what is obviously difficult times to be a Palace fan after that. Just wanted to get your perspective on it because, as we mentioned off camera, it was a pretty cagey affair. I think probably the word to describe it.
Both teams struggled to keep hold of the ball, kept possession, got turned over more times than you could count. I think obviously it was disappointing Zaha wasn't in the lineup. I know that's going to be the talking point. What would happen if Zaha was playing? But honestly, if he was playing, I think it would have been a bit feistier. But I couldn't see it really being a much of a different game. I think the main turning point was when we went 1-1 and we looked on the front foot and Roy just kept how it was and didn't make any changes. Same thing against Brighton last week. 1-1, got it back, no changes, and then waited till we were 2-1 down to make a substitution. And same thing happened today. If we made a sub at 1-1, maybe bring Benteke on then, show a bit of intent. Like when you brought Gray on but kept Deulofeu and Deeney on, that was like,
change the game.
Go. And Deeney did the same as he did, Gray, sorry, same against Leicester, I remember, straight off the bench. Clinical, and that was the thing, you were clinical your chances. We didn't test Gomez enough, nowhere near enough.
I thought your keeper had a very good game. Is it Guaita? I thought he pulled us a great save.
He did all right. First half as well, corners, I think it looked like you were going to score every time you had a corner, to be honest. We were all over the place, and the goal itself, the first goal was just a fourth successive corner or something, and just didn't deal with it. So overall, you obviously deserve to go to Wembley because on the day you took your chances and we didn't. That's what it comes down to, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of thought back to that game at Wembley, the semi-final. It was very similar. You took that lead in that one week, pegged you back, and then you took advantage of it. They got the equal. It's kind of the roles reversed there, I thought. Absolutely. Particularly, obviously you went in front and you pegged us back, and you looked like they're more likely to score. Absolutely. And I think that sub, as you mentioned, Gray coming on, changed the game.
Yeah, and exactly. And as I said, it hurts because back-to-back weeks you've got Brighton for us, which obviously everyone knows is massive, and then you've got this game for a chance to go to Wembley. And I would have taken losing to Brighton if we got to Wembley today, but the fact we lost both is unforgivable. And if I'm honest, there's going to be questions over Roy at the end of the season, only because the squad we have is definitely a top 10 team, player for player, and we're underachieving. And I think questions will be asked definitely of Roy, and now it's just about not messing up the league and making sure we don't cock something up.
I have to ask before you go, with the Zaha thing, a lot of Watford fans were saying, why didn't Hodgson risk Zaha for this week? It's probably one of the biggest games of your season. What do you think about that, and what the Palace fans say? Because I was thinking, why not just chuck him in there, even if he's not 100%?
Yeah, I know. I don't know, because it was quite last minute, and I still don't know to the extent of his injury. But we've done it before in the past, where he's not 100%, and we've chucked him in. Further down the line, it goes wrong, and he's out for a long time. But we put him in the big game, even if he's like 80%, 75%. So and it comes down to Roy there with his decision making, and that's been a big question mark over him this season. But hey ho, I think even if he was in the team, I don't see the result being too different. It's hard to say, obviously, hindsight. But best of luck to you lot at Wembley.
Man. Thanks for coming along, Harvey.
No worries, mate.
Man.